Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm a healer with Crystal Forest Healing. It's my website. I just wanted to start with kind of a bit about where I've been, my journey. So I've got, you might see me squinting. I've got quite limited eyesight. I just think these days I tend to see more with my eyes shut than I do with them open. It's like I close my eyes and they're all just getting bigger and bigger, and there's just so much to see. And yeah, and I open them and I'm like, ow. The condition is called achromatopsia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Basically, in my retinas, I don't have any cones, sort of the receptors that you see, used to see in the daylight, and they see full color and clarity and perceive highlight, and I don't have those. So I'm kind of I was born basically for night vision only. Not particularly practical, but there it is. Make the most of it. I do use a cane in the daytime outside, especially if it's sunny, because I don't want to get run over or walk into stuff. But other than that, I cope all right. I do fine. Cope all right inside. Nighttime is lovely. That's my time. I can see really well in the night. And I don't see colour. Never seen colour. Will that change one day? I mean, it's a genetic condition. I was born without the equipment I need to see in the day. And I'm still not really perceiving it as something that is concrete, set in stone, will never change. So, the world is changing so much. My world is changing so much at the moment. Everything we thought wasn't possible is suddenly becoming possible. It's gone crazy. So yeah, maybe one day. It's not something I'm really focusing on at the moment, because you kind of got to pick your battles. But yeah, I'm just kind of letting go of it being a permanent thing and see what happens. Maybe. I'm a single mum and I've got 3 children. So my youngest is 5, and then my daughters are 15 and 17. When I had my son, that's probably when my life changed the most. My youngest, Ryden, he's an absolute star. He's crazy. We had a few miscarriages with him. I'm saying with him because it was him all along. It was always him. Very, very certain of that. Quite early losses. And then that kind of broke my trust in the health system, because they could do nothing. They had no idea, and they're just like, oh, well, we don't know. You could try taking a high dose of folic acid, but we don't really know if it'll help. And a high dose of folic acid will give you blood cancer. So nah, not really up for that. So that kind of really pushed me outside. Like, I was really starting to lose faith in stuff a long time before that. I home educated my children after I lost faith in the education systems. Then I lost faith in the health system, some of my own health things as well, and then with Ryden. So I just kept getting pushed further and further and further out of the box, basically. And I long had to just accept the fact that, as far as everyone else is concerned, I'm weird. All right, I'll roll with it. So I found sort of a lot of natural health approaches to fixing the problem that we had with holding a pregnancy. And then we tried again, and we conceived, and he stayed. And he said to me once, a couple of years ago now, he was talking about when he was in my tummy, and he said, I was a baby in your tummy, and then I was a baby again, and then I was a baby again, and then I was a baby again, and then I was here. And I'm just like, yeah, it was him all along. He knew it. It's amazing. And then through the pregnancy, I had, what's it called, hyperemesis gravidarum, just sickness through the whole thing. Like, you keep thinking, oh, well, it should end by 12 weeks. Oh, well, if it hasn't ended, it should end by 14 weeks. Well, maybe 16. No, it didn't end. Oh my God, it didn't end. I wasn't vomiting all the time, but I just couldn't get up and do stuff before I just felt nauseous and wanted to collapse. So I had nothing much else to do except for go down rabbit holes on my phone, because I was stuck in bed and I was bored for most of 9 months. So by the time Ryden was born, it's like I'd learned everything he needed me to learn to keep him safe, and to have the confidence to keep him safe, so that they didn't, push me into, we'll say, this might be on YouTube. I'm going to be on other platforms as well, so I can cover more topics that you're not allowed to cover on there. But yeah, there were no pharmaceuticals pushed into him, let's put it that way. So yeah, I learned all of that way. And I really do strongly believe that he needed me to have that time to change and to bring him into the world as safely as I could when the time came. So that started to really, change my direction massively. And then just the love that we all experienced when he came, and I breastfed him, which I didn't manage to do with my girls. I tried, didn't come to pass. My midwife said I was too white. Black women have no trouble breastfeeding because their skin's much stronger. You're just too white. That's why it's not working. Put them on a bottle. Welcome to the NHS. Yeah, so, so good friend threw all of that knowledge that I was taught out of the window, and helped me to turn that corner as well. And that's a massive change. Like breastfeeding, it literally alters the biology of your brain. Even it forms new connections. And my bond with him was just so strong. It affected everyone. It affected the whole family. It's like a part of me was healing through it, and it healed everyone. Like there was just more love. You know, my elder two weren't. My eldest in particular was never really cuddly. But yeah, and she just got to now and give me a hug in the kitchen, and that all kind of came around the time Ryden was born. There was just a lot more love. So yeah, that kind of really healed everyone a lot as well. And well, maybe not quite everyone. Separated from his dad, but that kind of gave me my wings back as well. It's like a lot of freedom now has come, and I went down more paths. I'd always been doing self-development, and then I went more into natural medicine, and then I came kind of back into the self-development, but through more of a spiritual path. I mean, I've done everything from like Darren Hardy, which is like business self-development, Napoleon Hill, Joe Vitale, Jack Canfield, and you just kind of, go down all those paths, and law of attraction stuff. But I always say you need to be grateful for all of the wrong turns you took, for all of the steps that weren't right, but they were right for you at the time, and eventually, bit by bit, they got you to where you are now. Because if anyone told me 10 years ago about like the Matrix and ETs and all that sort of stuff, and channeling, I'd have just told you where to go. So yeah, they were all vital steps at those vital times that got me to where I am now. And I did the altered states meditations. They were cool, they were trippy. Turns out you don't need them, but it's fun. Channeling, dabbled with that for a bit, didn't really need to for very long, to be honest. It was like, okay, well, I can do that now. But I didn't feel like I was getting anything from it that I really wanted, which is because I needed to be coming from here, not up there somewhere. My knowledge, my power really comes from within. It all does, for all of us. So yeah, I kind of came back to that then and started exploring different ways of healing, and had help from another healer who helped me to kind of turn a couple of more corners, and did a lot of work on my own as well, just carried on that journey, just sort of really discovering that this kind of, you might want to call it intuitive healing, but just healing from the heart, where you just follow your heart and see where it takes you and just roll with it. That's really, really powerful. So that's been a very, very big, another turning point in my life. And then I had to, my sister was going through a lot of difficulties, and I knew that, I knew what things had worked for me and what help I'd had. And we were just thinking, well, can I do that for her? I don't know. Give it a punt, see what happens. And we did. And it was just, oh my God, it was just, wow. Like, the particular issue we worked on, it just changed immediately, and that problem never came back. And it's like, oh, all right, I can do this then. And we carried on, and her life changed hugely, and my life changed hugely, and it's just, and it affects everyone around us. Like, the more you heal, it just brings everyone up, just the resonance, it's just amazing. It really starts to affect everyone. So I kept doing it. I just sort of, well, I'm exploring this now, and this is happening. So I started doing sessions with my friends, just building my own experience, really. So I did some work with friends just for free, and the requests just kept coming and kept coming and kept. I asked, I think, once in 2 groups, and then I was just like 6 weeks of just like kept coming. I was like, okay, this is happening. That's the thing, when you make this shift, the real. You kind of drop a lot of your trauma and you figure these things out, life starts to go at quite a pace, and you're just like, I'm just going to hang on to my seat at this point and just roll with it because it's happening, whether I like it or not. It's just like, oh my God, it's all happening. And yeah, that's been my year so far. It's just been a crazy roller coaster of just expansion after expansion, just more and more. Just, yeah, it's been amazing. And so many people, I've made so many wonderful connections, really amazing people. And like, even now, I mean, I'm a while into this kind of journey now, and this healing, and I'm quite comfortable with what I do. It's, I'm confident with it. I do it day in, day out. And I've made massive changes with people to their lives. I'm going to say with, not to. I don't do it to you, I do it with you. And I teach as I heal as well, because my job is for you to not need me anymore at the end of the day. There'll always be 4 others behind you. There's an absolute mess of trauma out there. There's plenty of people. There's always going to be more. So yeah, it's just kind of experiencing that with people so many times now. And every single time, I'm still just as amazed as the first time. You know, like I'll see something. There's the one lady I was working with her, through her for her son. And it's like, and I can see something. I'm like, this is weird. What am I seeing? And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take a minute. I'm just going to look at this again. I sit there and I come back and I send my heart out again. Bang, right in the middle, same image. I'm like, what the hell? And you've just got to trust it in the end. You just like, as obscure as this is, I've just got to say it. And I'm like, I'm seeing mushrooms. I don't know why, but and I've kind of come back and I've gone into it again, and I'm just seeing mushrooms really, really strongly. She's like, oh yeah, he is on a supplement that's mushrooms. Oh my God, right, okay. It's just like, so these things come to you and you're like, what the hell is that? And I just gotta trust it, and I say it anyway, and every time I do, they know exactly what I'm on about. Like, I'm blown away every time. Like, it doesn't get any less amazing every time it happens. And now I'm finding that now I finally kind of come to this biggest turning point. I say biggest turning point, I'm going to look back in 10 years' time and my life will have changed so much more and be like, you thought that was the biggest turn. Now there'll be loads more to come, won't there? This world's changing so fast. But yeah, since that point, things are just, they just happen, and you just follow it intuitively and see where it goes. And it's amazing. It's amazing every single time. And yeah, I'm just grateful at this point. I'm just really, really grateful to be here. Grateful for all the wonderful people I've met along the way. Made some amazing friends. Like, I'm having conversations through the week with people all over the world now. It's awesome. And I want to just pass it on. I want others to learn, others to kind of, you just got to kind of stop judging whether it's real or not and just do it anyway. Have a go, see what happens. Just have a look. You know, close your eyes, focus on something. What do you see? You don't need to believe it or not. You don't need to know for sure if it's real or not. Just kind of note it and see what happens next time you do it. And after a while, the outcomes start to prove itself. And you're like, oh shit, that was true. That was real. Like, oh my God, that did happen. And that's, you know, what I'm actually doing now, my mode of healing, I haven't like been taught it by someone. I just had to go. Like, I knew other people did it. I just had to go, see what happens. And it's grown from there, and it just comes to you. It just keeps coming, and you just keep following it. And yeah, it's been really, really amazing. And I just want to help other people. I want to help other people make that turn. And I want to help other people learn to do it, because there's so much mess out there. We need all the healers we can have. So I'm going to put as many videos out as I can quite often now to just to put as much knowledge and just growth out there that people can use. And I do private sessions, like one-on-one sessions, if people are stuck. But that's what they're for. You know, they're for if you're stuck. You know, I'm here to help, but it's your journey. It's your journey. You're in the driving seat. You know, I can't work with someone's consciousness in any way they don't want me to work. You know, if I look at someone's consciousness, sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I'd like to look at this," and I look at them and they show me that instead, and I'm like, we have to go here first. And I'm like, oh, all right then. It's what I see. I only see what I'm shown. So yeah, it's very much led by the person I'm working with. That's the way it should always be. And my goal is for you not to need me anymore. So I'm going to put as much help out there as I can. And if you get stuck, or you're really at the beginning of the journey, then, you know, come to me if you want a bit of help, a bit of support, or a bit of encouragement. And a lot of times, you know, a little way in, people start to, they're just putting the pieces in together themselves, you know, and they're like, oh, it's because of this, isn't it? Yep. And they just wanted me to confirm it, but they knew it already. And that's their own intuition building up. And it's a lovely journey to see happening. So yeah, I'm going to try and cover lots of topics and sort of teach how to recognize when that kind of intuition comes and that information you get from your own heart, because we all have it. A lot of people, you know, have come to me and they said, oh, this person said I'm disconnected from my heart. If you were disconnected from your heart, you wouldn't be here. You know, there's no life without the energy of your heart. That's where it comes from. So everyone's connected. You know, you might be a little bit distanced, but it's there. It's always there. It's always slipping through. and you just got to kind of learn how to recognize it and notice it and build on it. But yeah, everyone can do it. It's amazing, and I'm really, really excited for the world we're going to go into now. You know, when everyone kind of makes this shift and realizes and comes into their own ability, it's like life just gets so much easier. Except for the tidying, my house is still untidy. I'll figure that one out. That's the other thing that's really important, I think, to realise is we're all still on our journeys. You know, we're all flawed. We're all beautifully flawed. That's kind of the point. We didn't come here for an easy ride. We wouldn't have learned anything. So, like, don't look up to one healer or guide or anything as, you know, they're perfect. We're not. None of us are. You know, especially those that are kind of come early on and discovered their psychic ability, maybe before the majority of the rest of the planet. You know, we came here with this potential and we got battered with trauma when we came in. A lot of us got absolutely hammered with trauma. So yeah, we've still got our stuff to work out. We're all flawed in our own ways. And that's part of the experience, you know, it's figuring all these things out and healing together. It's together, you know. I'm not up here and other people are here. Like, we're all in the mix and we're all helping each other, and that's just the way it should be, you know. Just help each other so that there's more healing in the world, there's more prosperity, there's more abundance, there's more joy, there's more happiness. We do it just because. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this takes me and takes everyone else. So yeah, that's me, and I'll try and do a lot of videos if I can, try and fit them in whenever I'm able to. And it frees me up as well, because I've been doing a lot of healing work this week with various different people, and it's kind of like you go through phases of knowledge that people need. You find people will come to you with the same needs at the same time. It's like Gaia brings them to us in batches. And I found myself just repeating myself. I'm like, hang on, have I told you this before? Have I taught you this bit? And I'm like, because I've said it so many times. So when these kind of bits of knowledge that I feel at this time people need, when they come to me, I can put them in a video. So everyone can look at those before they have a session, if you need a session. And then it frees up more of that time. You know, if I find, okay, I'm needing to tell a lot of people this stuff at the moment, they can watch it beforehand, and it frees up more of our time together to work on other stuff. So yeah, I think people will gain a lot from doing videos. And I know I talk too fast because I'm Welsh. I don't speak Welsh. That'll make it even harder for you, wouldn't it? So I record sessions. I'm trying to speak slower, but I will record sessions for people as well. So that if there's a language barrier, they can watch them back and go over things. And I promise I will try and talk slower. But again, with videos, the bonus of that as well is that you can kind of just pop back. Hang on, what did she ramble? What was that bit about? Did I catch that? So yeah, I'm hoping that I'll get better at it over time, but I'm making a start. We'll see where it goes. And if you need me, if there's anything, a particular question, post it in the comments or drop me a line on Telegram. I'm at Crystal Forest Healing on Telegram as well, and my website's crystalforesthealing.com. So yeah, any questions you've got, you're welcome to get in touch, and I'll try and do videos to sort of answer those questions when I'm able to as well. You know, if you think, oh, okay, that's because it comes to you. You know, you'll read something or you'll hear something or someone mention something, and you think, oh, I've got a good answer for that. That'll help a lot of people. So that's, you know, I'll put that in a video then as well when those moments come. So yeah, I'm excited, and I hope that you can get something out of this. Just, it can be, you know, one part of your journey that's helpful.